Okay, cheesy. Martin says there are two different views about what constitutes alkaline foods. One view is that it is the food themselves that are either high alkaline or not. The other view is that it is not the food themselves, but the effect they have in the body, i.e., whether they produce an alkaline or acid reaction in the body. For example, an orange, which is clearly acidic, may have an alkaline effect in the body. What is your take on this? So, if I was going to have a big conversation about the whole acid-alkaline thing in general, that would take a long time. I won't do that here. I will say that we are alkaline by nature. Our bodies are naturally in an alkaline state, and we're acidic by function, which means when we take in foods, carbohydrates, sugars, fats, whatever it is, and our body produces energy through ATP, every cell in the body produces a small amount of acid. So through our natural functioning of eating foods and producing energy, we produce acid, which is why the lymphatic system is there to grab that acid and clear it through the body, through the skin, through urination, through every source, breathing. We're constantly getting rid of acid so that we can stay in a more alkaline state. And the blood is slightly alkaline. And our body, I believe, the interstitial tissues, we should try to maintain at a good level of alkalinity, which one of the biggest things we could do is eating a diet, so bringing in foods to support alkalinity. Now, the way that you know how a food affects the body's alkalinity or acid effect is the ash that it leaves over. So I have this 7-day juice fasting program. We have people come out, 30, 40, 50 of us, have a lot of fun, drink juices, go on adventures, and have a lot of education. And on one of the days, what we used to do is take goggles and these big blow torches, and we'd have everybody go out in groups. And we'd have this big metal pan, and it would have beef and chicken and fish and nuts. We had almonds, we had cashews, we had bananas, we had greens, we had all these different kinds of foods. And people would literally sit out there at these blow torches and burn all of these foods down to a crisp, literally burn it down to where it was only the ash left over. Now those ash is basically minerals. So any of the content in the food, when you burn it at a very high temperature, the only thing left over is the mineral content. Now you can take water. What we did is we took water, we'd measure it, let's say, as a 7.5 alkalinity. Then what you do is you just take the ash from, let's say, chicken, and you throw it in there, and then measure the water and see if it's gone more acid or more alkaline. And that's essentially how you measure whether a food leaves an alkaline or an acid ash in the body, which turns you either more acid or more alkaline. So I hope that makes sense. Now, most of these charts that you see online, scientists have actually taken, and done real scientific studies with, large amounts of these things and burned it down and taken the ash and measured it and found out if it's a acid or alkaline producing within the body. So most of the charts are fairly accurate, but you can do it yourself if you really feel like it. If you think of food, maybe. And okay, when it comes to the whole acid-alkaline balance thing, yes, I believe we should eat mainly alkaline types of alkaline producing foods, but there's a specific balance. And I think if we eat natural foods in general, you don't have to worry about it. Some people are so tedious in the amount of calories you have to eat, or, oh no, that's acidic. Cashews are acidic, don't eat them. Well, no, cashews actually have plenty of phytonutrients and other things that are highly beneficial for the body. Just because they're acidic doesn't mean they're an unhealthy food. So we need to get that out of our minds. And if we just naturally ate fruits, vegetables, greens, nuts, and seeds of all different kinds, I would say 80-90% of that stuff is alkaline producing. We got bananas, you got watermelon, you got papaya, you got all these different fruits, you have cucumbers, celery, greens, most of the things are highly alkaline producing foods, with a few being slightly acidic. Almonds, high alkaline, cashews, acid. But in general, eating, a couple handfuls of even cashews, I'm sure you're eating a lot of other foods that are quite alkaline. So when it comes to the whole acid-alkaline thing, I think we just need to stop worrying about that and really just eat plants. That's what it's all about. And if you look into, an American style of living where they're eating a lot of processed meats, they're eating a lot of processed foods in general, artificial colors, sweeteners, all those things are highly acidic and toxic, not giving any alkaline ions to the body at all. So you know, it's a big conversation to have. Essentially, that's how you look at whether a food is alkaline producing or not, and that's why you can take limes, lemons, and things like this. When you burn them down, they have a high source of alkaline ion minerals. Make sense? Hope it does. So stick to plant-based whole food, drink lots of water, get a lot of exercise. You can get some test strips, measure your urine, see where you're at. Stay alkaline. If you're really acidic, add a little bit of bicarb soda or salt to your water to supplement for a little while. Modify your diet into more healthy types of foods, and you'll see everything change.